course.
Back in the air.
It is us.
On it, in it.
Yes.
All over it.
We are here.
I love that intro so much.
Isn't it great? Isn't it such a fun time?
And the outro. And all the intros. You've done such a great job.
Oh, such a sweetie.
You have, as always. Well done. It looks great. It looks great. It sounds great. It really does put you in the mood, I think.
That is sweet. That is lovely of you to say.
No, please. It's all you. So I really appreciate it.
I'm glad to have you as my co-host, as always.
Likewise.
Always
man.
a big pleasure.
Likewise. Likewise.
You know what I like about you is that
here you go.
you've got such you've got a nice voice to listen to. Do you know what I mean? It's not.
I disagree, but thank you.
I think it's
myself about
really.
that.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I think your voice is it's ordinary. You know, it doesn't feel in a good way. In a good way.
Wow.
I'm saying it doesn't feel like I'm listening.
The everyday man on the air who people like to listen to.
I'm just saying it doesn't feel like I'm listening to, like chalkboard.
I'm delighted to hear that.
Scratching on chalkboard in my ears all the time.
You.
You sound like a regular dude. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean?
Thanks. Well, you too, man.
And I think that's a really important thing when you're going to have someone be the voice of something or be a voice that you listen to a lot, right?
It's true. I literally was thinking this the other day.
I mean, do you often think of Chris Pratt as the most soothing thing you can imagine?
That was a good crossover.
Because if you do, then you can be truly excited to welcome him as the new voice of Garfield. Congratulations.
Is anyone clapping?
Congratulations, Chris.
Are you delighted?
I'm delighted to hear that.
Here's the story.
Crazy.
Oh, wow, look at that. We've got a bit of a... Chris Pratt announced as Garfield, and I really don't know what to say.
It's
especially after that Mario news, it just feels like they're taking the piss now a little bit.
It
I
feels
can't believe
like
it. I thought it was a joke when I first saw it this morning.
Yeah, so the thing is like, it's already weird for them to be remaking another Mario film, and to do it, I mean, I just don't understand. This is a side tangent. I don't understand why they don't get that these particular stories, when it comes to Nintendo, work better as games. People prefer to play as Mario and Luigi and Zelda and all these people. They don't want to watch a movie about it.
You know what I'm talking about?
It's better to play. It's more fun. That's how we're used to doing it, Yeah. And look, the Garfield thing, they shouldn't even be remaking Garfield. Bill Murray's not even dead.
No, but he didn't want to come back, I'm sure.
Well, yeah,
he's probably laughing. This is insane. Yeah, you're so right. What?
He's trying to pass on the Garfield curse. You know what I'm saying? Like,
maybe. Is there a good video game movie? I don't know. I don't think there is.
Uncharted 2022.
Oh please, come on! that won't be good. It's
No,
the worst cast I've ever seen in my life.
It can't be. I think
Nathan
frankly,
Fillion as Nathan Drake would have been the best casting ever.
You're preaching to the choir here, mate.
They didn't do it. It's just ridiculous. Why do they keep doing these kinds of things? It's just crazy.
I
don't get it.
If they just put as much effort into making another game version, like games are successful. You know what I mean? Games make a lot of money.
Nate right there, actually.
Exactly. Nathan Drake, right down here.
Oh, you can see it in yours as well.
He just did the top of his head.
Yeah.
But, we got Nathan Drake on set.
And we say
in the
bye-bye.
house. And, these things make a lot of money. I mean, it's not a...
That's the problem,
That's the thing. But I'm saying these movie studios are like, no, we have to do it as a movie. It's like, you could make just as much, if not more money, making a video game. You just have to, spend a lot more time and make the video game actually freaking good.
Yeah, it happens all the time. And I swear every single time a new one comes out, like a video game movie or anything like that, like, it's like, or something like this. So it's like, oh, this time will be better.
This time it'll be different.
And it never is. It just like, it blows my mind. Like, I don't know. We had the joke and...
Yeah,
we had the punchline.
The joke is on us.
What is this thing with Chris Pratt, right? I like Chris Pratt.
I'm not crazy.
He's good. What? Is he that good? What made them choose him for the choices of Mario, for one? Garfield, if the Mario thing hadn't gotten announced, I would be like, okay, fair enough. But after the whole Mario thing, which is, by the way, ridiculous.
Which obviously, for clear reasons, no one is... I mean, can you imagine... It's a me Mario.
Dude, I hate that. And he has to be like, no, that's not the voice, by the way. We're working on the
he's
voice.
like, don't worry. We're not making him Italian. Not weird or anything.
Exactly. Are you working on an Italian voice or are you... What's going on here?
No, I'm just going to feel it out, dude.
No, I don't want Star-Lord to be Mario or Garfield.
I phoned my father-in-law, he gave me some advice on acting.
Fucking Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. He was the governor, man.
He was. There's, stranger things have happened.
Maybe that's why. Maybe Arnie's gonna run again. The people are trying to. All the studios are trying to.
Makes a cameo in the Garfield movie. Ridiculous. Is it animation or is it going to be like? Is it live action again, like a CG?
I believe it's animation. So what I showed there before was the animation.
Is it really animated Garfield show? I don't know.
Look. I mean, some people would argue because Garfield was originally a cartoon, the one true form of Garfield is animation.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Or maybe some stories just don't need to be forever retold and retold and retold. Some things can just end.
The problem is though, it's that scary time where I heard Stuttman talking about this. Chris Stuttman, probably the biggest
YouTube reviewer, yeah,
literally critic on
or
YouTube.
YouTube film reviewer.
Yeah, he was saying about how he was talking about The Last Duel, which is directed by Ridley Scott, and it's like Ben Affleck in it, Matt Damon, Adam Driver, and the script is by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck as well. So it's like this first time they've written together since Good Will Hunting. Apparently, it's flopping at the box office. It's ridiculous. So no wonder they do stuff like this because it gets people to come in and it gets asses on seats. And,
you're talking about The Last Duel here, because I've heard it's a good film, but you're right. Audiences are just not getting into it.
My girlfriend went to go see it.
Audiences are sitting at home and they're saying, "We want Garfield with Chris Pratt."
Oh. I mean, apparently, my girlfriend saw it. I don't know why, but she did. But I want to go see it though. I'm like, we got to support stuff like that. If I care about something enough to know that if he says go support something like this, you should. And really, Scott.
He does love Adam Driver. I mean, it's
he's alright. Yeah.
Nah, wow.
He's good.
Bold, controversial claim.
No, I do like him. I just think that
bit of a Chris Pratt.
I think the biggest thing I like Andrew. I think the biggest thing is the fact that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck wrote their first script since Good Will Hunting, which won them an Oscar.
Why do you think that sort of thing? Yeah, do you think that sort of thing is not a bigger draw anymore?
No.
Yeah, I almost wonder if part of it is... I think part of it is streaming as well because... And I don't know really whose fault it is, but, when people watch a movie on Netflix or anything, there's no... It's not prominently advertised who's the director or all of that stuff, so it's hard for that kind of thing to trickle through to the audience,
Yeah, only people like us who really, care about that stuff will care about that kind of thing, unfortunately, but... Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I doubt people even know who Ben Affleck is, the average, cinema goer. They know, someone like Matt Damon.
J-Lo's boyfriend.
Yeah, but they won't know that. They won't know. They might know Ridley Scott, but probably not, because he hasn't made a film in a while, and he's not as big as he used to be.
Ridley Scott is pretty big, though. I mean...
But it's not a name like, Spielberg or Hitchcock or Tarantino.
No, sure.
So it's stuff like that, unfortunately. It's something made a very good point. It's this is I can't remember the budget, but it was literally millions and millions. How is someone like me, who doesn't have that power of those stars behind you and a massive director, going to make something when... Well, and I think... that is flopping. Hopefully it doesn't continue to. But,
what frustrates me is that,
sad.
These films, the A24 films that, we love, and... films that seem to be a little bit more experimental, but just good films that are trying to be art pieces rather than just sell tickets. Those are being snubbed from studios in favor of shit like this.
I know, it's ridiculous.
The Garfield movie, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, all this stuff that I don't know. They must think for some reason has such a draw at the box office, which it feels like again and again gets proven wrong, But I don't know. What do I know? They keep making them for a reason.
Yeah, I'd say if you really do care, go support movies. We're going to go see Many Saints of Newark.
That's right, yeah.
Thursday. I'm going to go and see The Last Duel.
David Chase, baby. I'd love to see The Last Duel.
Support it. it does worry me. I'm a bit worried. We love to see films like, I know last year wasn't A24.
For me, I do want people to go see stuff at the cinema, but I also hope that there is a way that is like Netflix where you can still support these movies.
HBO
and
Max.
they still, something like HBO Max where you still have a way of legally paying for these movies, but still supporting the creator and supporting the artist and allowing them to,
Wasn't June meant to be the last HBO Max? Sorry, HBO Max straight
June.
straight to HBO Max.
I think, because
Grace said something
HBO
about that.
they were doing the HBO Max double thing as like an experiment briefly because they weren't sure how soon audiences were going to come back. But
that scares me, man. People want to go watch it at home instead of the cinema. What's going on?
I know the thing with choice. June as well is such a big.
I know
it's such a huge.
Dude, Todd said this. Like Todd Phillips, one of our favorite directors. He's like, I don't care about your. It doesn't matter what you got at home. It does not matter. You can have the biggest fucking
You don't
TV.
have a cinema. That's the whole point.
Like everything. I swear on my life.
The point is, unless you have a big ass cinema that you let randoms come in and watch the movie with you, then it's not the same.
It's sad. But all you can really do is just go and support the film, and that's all we can really do right now. So
yeah. To me, the last thing I would say.
The last duel.
When it comes to the particularly the Chris Pratt thing is I think part of the reason he just keeps getting roles is he must just be the guy who just always shows up. You know what I mean? The guy
I heard
who
someone say today he's
just such a reliable worker.
I heard someone
today
say he's like the modern day Jack Black. He's kind of like in everything.
I don't know if I would say
he kind of is just there for everything though.
Yes, Jack Black, I think,
there for
gives the same vibes of. Look, what I will say about Chris Pratt, I do think he's funny. I'm not trying to shit on him. I think Jack Black is funnier for the record, but I do think they're both reliably good comedy leads. They'll make you laugh. They'll carry the story. And that's, I get it. I get why
I'm delighted to hear that.
But it's the same thing with Tom Holland. It's like, guys, we don't want to see the same 3 to 4 people in every fucking movie. We just don't want to see
Timothy
it.
Dalton.
Timothy Chalamet.
Is that his name?
From Dune or what?
Yeah, why am I calling who's Timothy Dalton? That's
that's
someone else.
That's the guy. I think I don't know if I think you're mixing up a couple of different people.
Timothy Dalton's someone. But yeah.
Is maybe that a character from something? I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, the bloke from June. Yeah. He's in everything.
Duncan Idaho, I know, is one of the guys from June.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, what a bizarre. I don't even.
Go support your cinemas. Go watch movies.
Except for Garfield, starring Chris Pratt. That one you can miss.
What annoys me is I don't have to worry about that box office. This is gonna be fucking great. Like I always have to worry about films I care about, which is
I mean,
stuff like the fucking Lighthouse.
But the thing is, even if it wasn't good at the box office, studios will make 100 Garfields.
Yeah,
until the end of time. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to stop making those movies.
They're fucking loving it.
This is how I.
Dude, the guy who owns Garfield, who has the rights to Garfield, must be fucking laughing, man.
I used to read the Garfield comics in the paper like every Sunday.
Marmaduke.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Marmaduke.
Garfield is more.
Wilson, Marmaduke.
This is the first time for me.
That kind of fit.
Garfield
for
me.
Marmaduke's voice being Owen Wilson.
Marmaduke, yeah, he would be a good. He
played Marmaduke.
Oh, okay, so then why do you need to imagine it then?
No, I didn't say imagine. I said like he was a good Marmaduke.
Oh, okay, I see.
He was a good Marmaduke.
Well, Bill Murray was a good Garfield.
Yeah, I guess.
So I'm sorry, but Chris Pratt's got to be Marmaduke. There's nothing you can do.
Is he? He's Marmaduke now as well.
Yes.
Okay, he's everything.
Yeah, it's been confirmed.
Damn, James. James Gunn took a shot on Chris Pratt, and now he's in everything.
He made that boy.
Did you miss the Parks and Rec days of Chris Pratt? I know I do.
I think we all do.
He's really great in that.
To be honest, if I think he was being honest, he probably would say he does as well.
You know what? He probably just rocks up to the booth and he's there for maybe 2 months, a month and a half, and he gets paid so much. Would you say no to it?
Meow.
Yeah, literally. Lasagna.
Chris, can we get that from you again? Meow.
Lasagna. I hate Tuesdays. Chris, it's Mondays.
Chris.
Oh. Okay. So I haven't read the source material. I was just here for the paycheck. I bet.
Chris.
I seriously bet. He must be getting paid so much. I mean, would you say no?
Oh, if I was asked to voice Garfield, I would take it. I mean,
hey, John.
This is why, like,
it John?
I don't hate
John.
people like Chris Pratt and Tom Holland. I don't hate them because if I were in their position, I would take all these roles.
Tom Holland is
but
rowdy.
You can't ask me to like it. You know what I mean? It's just
Hey, John. Is it another Monday again? What's that fucking dog that comes along and
Odie.
Odie, yeah. Tom Holland plays Odie.
that we know will happen. That is
okay. Chris Pratt is Garfield, Tom Holland is Odie, and as John,
who is
the
John?
owner of...
What about the guy from the Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
I was gonna say Mark Wahlberg because of the fucking.
Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, no, he'd even be even better.
Garfield.
Mark Wahlberg would be even better because he looks nothing like John.
It's perfect then because he looks nothing like fucking Sully. He's playing him. Doesn't even have the moustache. Can Mark Wahlberg just not grow a moustache? I hate casting.
Hey, Garfield, you can't keep
Garfield.
doing this.
Hey, Garfield,
come on.
What are you doing over there? Come on, buddy.
Odie,
Odie,
you and Garfield gotta get along, okay?
where's my lasagna?
I'm gonna go get my girlfriend. And we're gonna leave you two here. You better not fuck
Lasagna
up the
better
house.
be here when I come back. I just got it from the store today. Fucking hell.
Oh, Jesus.
Get us to write the script.
I think that would be better than whatever they'll come up with.
100%.
Oh, boy.
We love it.
All right. Well, Conor, I am very happy to tell you that this week
I'm
on our
delighted to
wonderful
hear
Beer
that.
of the Week segment,
Yep.
we have a limited release beer. A limited release
I'm delighted to
beer
hear that.
That you folks are going to get to see right now in Beer of the Week. Hey ho! This week's entry is referred to as Framboise à Trois. Now, I have no idea what that stands for.
Are you sure it says that?
Yeah, it says on the side. So if you turn it on its side, you can actually see it kind of, and this is where it also says limited release, but it says limited release in a vertical. So it's a little bit,
my God,
it's
wow.
a bit confusing, frankly. It's got a really funky font. I do like the presentation.
2.3 standard drinks.
So 2.3 standard drinks. And it's got quite an interesting approach because it says here, I'll read the description. It says a trans-Tasman collaboration between three of Australia and New Zealand's most beloved breweries has produced this zingy, sour, raspberry IPA. We've added a little lactose to give it just a bit of je ne sais quoi, an added mouthfeel. It's hoppy, it's sour, and it's fruity. That's a trio that will ensure an exciting night. Wow, look at that. 2.3 standard drinks. A raspberry sour India Pale Ale. Now, this was, as always, provided to us by our lovely friends at Thirsty Camel. This was recommended to me by the server there.
Thank you, Thirsty Camel.
Thank you to our good friends over there. This one even has a rating. A rating here. It says it's got hops 4 out of 5.
Wow.
Malts 2 out of 5. Yeast 4 out of 5. And that's all the ones it rates. But
wow.
So what's that? 4 out of 5 hops? Okay. And
I
4 out of
drank
5
beer with
yeast.
my friends.
Interesting. I'll be the judge of that.
I drank beer with my friends.
So this is
that-
an IPA again.
This is
Like a pale ale.
an
almost.
IPA. That's right. It's an IPA, but it's
Raspberry sour.
yeah. So it's raspberry sour.
Wow.
And, so the interesting thing about this is he reckons this was by the recommendation I got. It is it's still sour, like it says on the can.
It
but
is
the
so
raspberry,
sour, you can't drink it.
but the raspberry gives it that little bit of sweet taste. So you get a
wow.
little bit of a sweet overtone.
Okay.
You do kind of get brought back to earth with that.
I'm gonna come.
Look at that. That's like, that's blood red, baby. Woo.
Very Halloween themed.
I know we should have had these last week. Eh?
These are Halloween themed ones.
I believe these may be.
Oh my god! Wow, that's so interesting.
Ooh.
So you do get that sour taste.
Wow.
That, you know what's so dangerous about these damn
That's
things?
got like a double punch.
You never tasted the 2.3 standard drinks in this.
I know it's so overloaded with flavor. You just you don't get a chance.
That's ridiculous.
That is wild.
That's ridiculous.
That's a very
2.3 standard drinks in that. Fucking hell. That is that is crazy. That is insane. You could be drinking that all night and you would not know. That's the alcohols that get you when you don't know. When you can taste the alcohol, you're like, yeah, all right, I understand. Like, I'm definitely drinking some booze right now. That does not taste alcoholic.
Oh boy.
It's got 2.3 standard drinks in there. Ridiculous. I love it though.
So what's interesting about this too is that unlike normal cans that are 330 mils, this can is 440 mils. So if you can see, it's a little bit taller than a normal can of drink. I'm actually going to Google what this stands for. Give me a sec, folks. I'm going to see if there's any hidden meanings. We got Framboise à Trois.
Reminds me of like a bit of like cordial with water, like some cordial with some sparkling water.
Yeah, it's almost got that. What do the Americans call it? Like seltzer water.
Oh,
do you know what that means? It's kind of got that almost texture of it. It's
It blows my mind.
What are those things that people? What are those things that people are into now? The hard seltzer. It's like White Claw and shit like that. You know,
like White Claw.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I love it.
Googling it takes you to the website.
Nice laptop, Dan.
I don't know if it gives you a definition. This is interesting.
Wow.
Hawkers is the brewer, so that's the or I assume so.
Oh my god, it's really nice, but it does taste like you're just drinking like sparkling cordial.
It's interesting because it's got like it's got so many flavors.
It doesn't taste alcoholic.
For you to process.
That's so scary.
At one time. It's definitely now.
That's so crazy. I'm trying to like.
Oh, here we go. Framboise is a brandy or liqueur made from raspberries. So it is pretty much just saying raspberry of 3, which is the de Trois.
You know what I'm talking about?
Because as I mentioned before, this I believe is a collaboration between 3 different breweries, which I think is interesting because that's where you can tell all the different tastes are coming from. You can tell there's kind of they're not really sticking to one blueprint here, you know.
This is definitely one of the more enjoyable drinks I've had on the show. It's really nice.
I know. It's ones like this where it doesn't hit you in the same way. I mean, an IPA can be very heavy. Some of the IPAs we tried on here, are they pack a punch. You try to like, woo.
Our local did a red IPA. I don't remember last year, but we had that quick, and we tried to get it again, and so we ran out.
Yeah,
a really limited release.
Too late, sir.
And I like that quite sour aftertaste because I love sour stuff. So
Let's do this.
It's really nice, actually.
That is really
that blows my mind.
Because you're a bit of a maybe we should try a couple of the hard seltzers because you kind of like the soda water vibe.
I do. I fuck with soda water. Yeah, a bit too much. Wow. I had so much soda water that I messed up my throat in January because I kept hitting the soda streams.
Yeah. The water was just too gnarly for your.
Well, my throat was. I guess it just wasn't used to so much soda water. So I constantly felt like there was like a lump in my throat, and this was just like a year.
That was a scary couple of hours.
A year after COVID, so I was like, oh god, like, am I dying? But yeah, I do. This is really nice, actually.
Smoke some darts.
You can fucking get smashed on these if you had like a 6-pack.
Oh yeah. 6 of these at like what 2.3? That's
respectfully.
You'd be going.
I'm not crazy.
These beers, though, my god.
It's interesting though because these kinds of brews, I have a feeling they sell these by a 4-pack. I wouldn't imagine they would do a full 6.
Yeah. If you went to the actual,
but then maybe I guess,
stuff.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I know from my Exmouth and stuff. I'm sure you saw this in like Pemberton and stuff. These are all lovely places in WA, Western Australia, repping it. I knew if you wanted to buy like a specific beer, you had to like buy like a 4-pack or something like that. You couldn't just like grab a can or something.
Yeah.
Well, it's good for them, getting some money, and they're not fucking cheap either.
Yeah,
so.
well, that's the thing.
What
they
the hell
gotta
do you have
get
to
that
lose,
dosh.
right?
Like I respect it.
I do respect it. Do I ever see myself buying an IPA? No.
To be fair, a drink like this, I couldn't imagine. You know, this wouldn't be as easy to brew as just a generic lager. You know what I mean? I'm sure that sort of thing is just easy, one and done.
We've got one pub that sells normal beers and one that sells like their own brewed IPAs, and you can tell why that one is so much more expensive.
Well, yeah, and I do think a lot of IPA brewing is like, you know, let's pretend like this tastes good because it took a lot of effort, and we'll all just, you know, it's like smiling with the crying mask.
Yeah, with
the smiling mask and you're crying behind, you know.
I
love this IPA.
People love it. I don't know how though. Like I generally struggle, but that's nice. If they sold that down the local,
if this was on tap, that would be a slap. If something like this was on tap, that would be a massive slapper.
Another bad thing though about IPAs is that they're so limited. This is a limited release. You like it, that's great. You're going to get it again, it's gone.
I know. And
what's the point?
But,
You're like,
see,
I like it, great. It's gone now.
I have a feeling, and this is almost why I think the Beer of the Week segment is good structurally the way it is because I think this is actually what these IPAs are made for. They're made for people who every week just say, okay, I'll try this, I'll try that. You know what I mean? They just want to have a little bit of an extra thing aside from their regular beers, you know?
That's great, Dan. It's a great statement.
Yeah.
I know the industry, baby.
Yeah. Maybe.
I got a man on the inside, you know?
I drank beer with my friends.
I don't know. Like, you like it and it's gone. Like, if I went to go get this tomorrow, I don't like the idea of me enjoying it more and then going back next week and it's gone. It's like they do all the time down our local. They have like all these guest beers. Like, that's really good. It's finally I found a beer that I really like. You come back the next day, it's gone.
Yeah,
it's like, what the fuck's going on here?
There is nothing worse than like coming back for more and then not being able to have it.
Like I said,
last year we got
this specific look just like this, and we came back a couple of days later after filming like the show, and they're like, it's gone. We ran out.
Yeah, you know,
never been made again yet. You got all these horrible ones.
It's a yearly Christmas special. Well, look, so I respect it if they do it seasonally or yearly. You know, I respect it if they bring it back. But
that's right. I did try at Christmas as well. They did bring it back for Christmas. No! Wow.
That's what you were like when they left.
Whenever Dan plays sound bites, it always sounds so much louder. No! So mine's so
quiet. I've been matching it in post as well.
I
so,
see.
Yeah,
I see. Yeah, because I'm a bit of a sound lad, I guess you could call me. When I literally listen to the sounds, when I'm listening to the episode, I'm like, I need to make sure that one's quiet. Sometimes I adjust the data. I don't know if you've seen.
I have, yeah.
Because
you put in some effort.
Because I can tell when some of the sounds are a bit too loud, but...
Yeah. I think overall, my review of this, if we want to move on, is I think it's
really good.
I think we've got a winner. I think we've got an honest-to-God, genuine article right here.
Thank you, Dan.
I think it's very nice.
I'll give that a... I need to figure out where my buttons are. That's my next thing.
Yeah.
It's hard to, and then you waste time looking for it, and it's like...
I know, because I know you're like me.
There we go.
I also know you can't talk over that one because you can't hear yourself.
I know. It gets pretty loud. You gotta
also,
give it time.
I've learned... I keep kicking myself out. That's the elevator music. Even like it needs to go like there because like if I put it even there, it's too loud.
It's too much.
It's too loud, and it's like you learn.
I get that
because I know again you're like me where like I've noticed with the show like it's always really good, but like sometimes it's just stuff and the way you speak. Like we spoke about last week about how I kind of messed up. You didn't say this. I said this about myself. How I kind of like messed up moving on from a segment, and I was kicking myself about it. So I was like,
right.
You know, like we care about how it transitions and like how it looks. Because, you know, I know we look at other shows as well, which I know maybe we do a little bit too much, but we're like, you know, let's be like that.
Well, we do it to improve, you know. It's
yeah. Do you feel like I beat you up a little bit too much, though? I feel like I beat myself too much about it.
I don't beat myself up about it per se, but I just get very neurotic over it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty good at letting myself off the hook and being like, you know, that one's in the bag, that one's done. But as you know, like with the show today and everything, I get a bit worried about over preparing and like practicing.
I hope Dan is going to be okay.
But
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe that's a good thing.
I think done really well. Look, I reckon by like episode 5 now. I think episode 10 will be like onto some better things. I mean, I'm thinking about the show constantly, like all the time, to bring better content.
Me too, actually.
To you all.
Honestly, I think we're
we got a
both
good one this
really
time.
committed to the show at the moment. And I think it's better for it.
We've definitely got a good thing going this time. I think.
I
really do.
totally agree.
Awesome.
Thank you, Dan.
Now, Conor, I would like to ask you.
Oh yeah.
About your very recent clubbing experience that you teased to me before the show. You said that I believe you mentioned strippers and I believe you mentioned cocaine as well. I'd like you to elaborate on that if possible.
None of the above. I did
Do not come.
It was the weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Fantastic.
It was the weekend. There were no strippers and no cocaine. But, you know, there was some clubbing involved. I just went to the pub with my friend. I was drinking beer with my friends. Respectfully.
I drank beer with my friends.
It's funny, I'm out with Mitchie from the Mines, our good friend.
Fantastic.
And,
we love Mitch.
Suddenly, I can say Ben Leggett, the TikTok star, which is what I was calling him all week. Because, like, you know, it's like, you know, I pissed Ben off by saying it.
Is that his name on TikTok? We don't want to...
No, he loves it. He's a TikTok star. You know, you gotta have your
No,
name
but I
out
mean,
there.
sometimes you don't. Sometimes people don't have their full name out. I don't know.
He's coming on the show. So
I love it. We love it. A guest to come. Wow.
Because he's coming on the show. That's why a TikTok star.
Well, we gotta get the we gotta get on TikTok. We gotta breach platforms.
Well, I
you know what
spoke to him about that as well. Yeah. And he said, like, if he comes on, he'll chuck it on his own TikTok. So
I'm gonna come.
bring some people onto the show as well, which is always a good thing. You know, you scratch their back, they scratch.
Oh,
ours.
yeah.
Don't know if we're gonna be scratching his back in any way because this show gets maybe 50 views.
Yeah, but
and now he got sponsored by Bumble last week. The man's kind of doing well for
What?
himself.
No way.
He's a big TikTok star.
You get out of here.
I swear on my life, and like we know him quite well. I went to school with him.
Wow.
And literally, my girlfriend the other day was like, "Look at this funny TikTok," and it was fucking Ben, and she doesn't even know him. And I was like, "I know. I like some of the songs. I literally I see him like every like month or so because like he's close
That is
with Mitchie from the Mines.
really
so,
funny. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
We've met quite a few TikTok stars. They come in twos these days.
It sounds to me that TikTok is, and I mean this, you know, in a good way. It is apparently the best way currently to. It's the most democratized platform. Like it's the easiest way to go. Not the easiest, but it's the most honest way to go viral. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know,
I hate it.
obviously you still have to have good content, but it's not.
Do you?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't really know what goes viral on TikTok.
I like Ben a lot. We're gonna have him on the show. He told me multiple times on Saturday, so that's good. Yeah, the pub closed, and I think I've been drinking since like 4. Went to go see Halloween Kills, which we've got a little review about later. And like we normally do, we always sneak in a little little whiskey, like a 5
What are they called?
whiskey.
The airplane whiskeys, you know?
I think airplanes are the very small 1-shot ones. They're like
the hotel ones.
Yeah, like the hotel airport ones, like the 1-shot ones, but the big ones.
No, but that's so I'm saying
they do the big ones in
you're talking
hotels?
about the airports. I'm saying at hotels.
Oh, do they do the 5-shot
Yeah, hotels
ones?
it's like a little bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we always sneak one of those in. So we've been drinking for a while, and then like the local club was having a Halloween event, so we all went there. I haven't gone clubbing in ages. I don't think I've gone clubbing since I went with you in like March. Not intentionally.
Wow.
Been a long time.
When was?
I think we went for
the last time. You remember we
my
went
friend
to?
Ming's birthday.
Do you remember where we went to? I'll just say Dayo's birthday.
I didn't go. You
didn't go. I went by myself. Yeah,
I didn't go.
I don't know if that was the last time I went clubbing, but that was a pretty interesting experience.
Yeah,
that I'll talk about at another later date.
I didn't go for a good reason, but nothing to do with Dayo herself, lovely girl. But yeah, there was someone there I just didn't want to see, so I didn't go. But
I drank beer with my friends.
I did at this nightclub, which I fucking hate, by the way. I don't like clubbing. I hate it. This place is really fun, though. Like, there's a lot of people there who just want to have a good time, but the drinks are so expensive. Dude, $55 for a round. I don't have that kind of money. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's just not.
Yeah, some of those places are
just
just way overcharge you. Like,
I was down and I got like 4, so I could have 2 for myself and 1 for Ben and 1 for Mitch. We were all doing rounds. I'm like down and like this. Like, it was ridiculous. But I've actually got a photo in the
yeah?
I sent you. I got this photo with this guy in the club, and he like told me to text it to him, and it was like obviously loud because it was in a nightclub.
Can I put this in the
you
middle?
can,
Is that
yeah,
cool?
yeah. It was obviously loud, so I sent it to him, and I sent
Wait,
multiple.
what?
I should have like checked first, but it was loud.
So
and, like, it didn't come
wait.
through because he was standing next to me with his phone out, and it wasn't coming through after I sent the message of all the photos that we took together. Some random guy. I just thought it was, when you're drunk, you just take photos
are
of
you
random
meaning
people.
to send the photo to the guy who's in the photo?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
I tried to
see.
airdrop it like we always do with our notes and stuff, and his wasn't working.
So you
And,
sent
like,
it to his number, but then it was
He's
just
like
a random number.
He's yelling at me in the club. He's like, "It's 04."
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
all right. And then this. All right. And I stupidly didn't send like a quick text first, like a normal person does.
So here we've got you,
There's
Mitch,
Mitchie from
and then
the Mines,
this
and
is the guy.
random man.
What was the guy's name? I
I don't know. I have no idea. He just looked like a cool bloke, so I just took a photo of him. I was in the club. I was drunk. The poor soul though, I had to send him like, sorry, wrong number. And the poor soul didn't reply, but he or she had to wake up to photos of me, Mitchie from the Mines, and this random bloke in the club. It's ridiculous. It's so, I don't know. We just got too drunk. And it wasn't even that like worth it. Like we literally went and got a meat box later. We leave the place, the restaurant. It was like 3 a.m. or something. We walked to the local park, and somehow along the way, like literally a 30-second walk from the place to the park, Mitch loses his like meat box. And I swear on my life, I don't know where he put it. It was like the phantom meat box. Like I searched everywhere. Like we literally walked from the place to the park. 30-second walk, if that.
Oh my god!
And he lost it. I don't know how. Like I don't know how. It was ridiculous. It was a fun night though. It was good.
Sometimes I had too many beers.
That's Mitchell. Sometimes Mitchie did. No, you were missed out. You had your thing in the city though, didn't you?
Yeah, I was at a. I'll show some photos. I was at a Halloween party.
Oh, fancy.
I'll get up my
You really
own
went for
costume.
it. Hey?
So I was Hagrid. If I get this up, we'll see if I can go through. Okay, cool. So this, I guess I can show this as well. Oh no, I won't show that. That's my sister. I won't.
Your
show
sister
that
came?
without. Well,
She's
no,
like-
She went out, but I won't show it without her permission. So okay, I'm gonna go through the photos. So this was my buddy James. He went as Harry Potter.
Yep.
But we all went zombified, so you can see there's like the blood. So it was all supposed to be like spooky versions.
This is how I would.
This was me, your boy Hagrid, having a great time. This was our buddy who went as generic Slytherin character.
I'm delighted to hear that.
We got McGonagall, Zombie McGonagall, Zombonagle,
Yep.
Bellatrix, pretty cool. And and I also want to point out the wands were like weirdly phallic.
Dildo-y.
They were so dildo-y.
Alright, am I the only person
They
who's
looked-
thinking that?
The wands looked exactly like a dildo. We were all so like baffled at
Wait,
why
where'd you get them?
at Woolworths. These are children's. They were
Dildo.
advertised to children.
Dildo.
I can't even.
Wow.
I don't know what to say.
What on God's green earth?
And then lastly, this one was Kathleen, who went as Trelawney. So Emma Thompson, bit of an Emma Thompson cosplay. So there we go.
Emma Thompson.
All the crew.
I thought she was Luna Lovegood.
No.
Okay.
Surprisingly though, a lot of people got her costume, and pretty much everyone got my costume. When I was walking,
You know what I'm talking about?
Hey Hagrid, how you going?
You know what I'm talking about?
All right,
Okay, you definitely you guys are into that shit, and I can't
not your vibe.
relate. But
Not your.
the 1 year I wanted to do it because I wanted to dress as Tony Soprano in the dressing gown.
Of
the
course.
1 year I don't get invited to a fucking Halloween party.
Yeah.
I get invited every year. It's abandoned my existence. I fucking hate dressing up.
You got to have the excuse.
And then the one time I actually want to do it, I don't get invited anywhere. So
Come on.
it's like whatever. You know what? It is what it is. But
Yeah, I get it.
it is what it is. I can't help it. But next year,
Hey, next year, look, we were going to do a Halloween party, and we normally, when our Halloween parties go off, we didn't just because it was too late to organize it. But next year, we'll do a banging one. You can dress up. You'll look great.
Do some fucking work, you bastard.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying the one year I wanted to.
Just saying.
Even for, we need that. We need that soundbite. Even for like the show, like we couldn't film on the weekend. Well, I could film Saturday morning. For some reason, Dan fucking couldn't.
Did you get up to anything else? Was there any other or was that pretty much where the night ended? The meat box all over the floor. I mean, what was the
meat box went somewhere, but
yeah, it could have been on the floor.
Nah, it was a really intense night because, like, you know, we hadn't spoken in a bit, so you know, it was a bit intense. Yeah, that was the punchline. I'm sure you won't mind me saying that. We're all good. We're always all good, but I've kind of hinted it a little bit. There's been some trouble in the behind the scenes of our friendship, but you know, it's going fine. It was good, but it was an intense night. And then like
a massive line.
No, there were no. Can I just say this on air? There were no fucking drugs.
I know. I'm just kidding.
People are gonna fucking believe.
I'm not serious. I'm joking. I'm joking
Nice
around.
laptop, Dan. Nice laptop, Dan.
Yeah, I'm just saying. And then like this guy, Ben Leggett on TikTok, check him out. He wants to come on the show. That wasn't me. That wasn't what me pressing that.
I didn't do it either.
I'm forcing him kicking and screaming to come on. No. You know, he wants to.
I'd love to have him on.
on.
It'd be
Maybe
great.
he does. Does he want to come on? I don't know.
He would be a great guest, honestly. I'm
asked him
actually
for
really
that,
curious
yeah.
about all the TikTok stuff. I would love to chat to someone who's, in that ecosystem.
Even before he did TikToks, I asked him to come on because, you know, it's my thing. But, oh yeah, I met a guy on the club tour. It's an actual police officer. And I said,
yeah, so are we going to get him to call in or something? Like,
okay, because I was like, maybe a fucking buffoon in myself that night. I haven't accepted his friend request yet.
I see. Okay,
But,
that's fair enough.
He said because he's a police officer, he can't like show his face and have like distort his voice. So I don't know if it's better for him like calling.
No, we
or
could do that.
come
We
in,
could do a
but-
voice thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be interesting, but yeah, he seemed very interested. Maybe it's like the awful producer and me not messaging him, but
I love it. Let's get him on.
he was dressed.
What
as,
happened? So you
Thomas
met a
Shelby.
police officer on
Well,
this
no, he was
wild
dressed-
night out.
It was out the club, and he was dressed as Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders.
Oh, okay.
And I've never watched it myself, but my dad has, so I've obviously seen it. I know his name's like Thomas Shelby or Tom. I was like, "Oi, Tommy!" in the toilets.
As you do.
I don't know. Apparently, we were there for like half an hour just chatting.
Me and Harry Potter met at Clockwork Orange. In
Oh,
the
wow.
toilet. Yeah,
having a good time?
Interesting, actually.
Oh, Tony Soprano. Kim said you should have gone, and I was like, no, they won't let me go into a pub or a fucking club in a dressing gown. Or can you get away with that stuff?
What do you mean? Gone where?
Anywhere, like the pub, club in a dressing gown like Tony Soprano. She said you
maybe
could've
on
just rocked up,
Halloween.
and I was
Maybe
like, I
on.
don't know if you
I think
could.
Halloween would be the only day you could get
I
away
don't
with
know
it.
if you could.
I think that
I think that's
the
pushing it.
weekend of Halloween, maybe you could get away with it. Any other
Ladies
time
and
of the year,
gentlemen,
it's
the
a no-no.
weekend.
It's a no-no for sure.
I didn't believe it myself.
Dude, you should have seen it, or maybe you shouldn't have seen it, but there was some, and
Uh-oh.
I don't even say this like happily. Imagine someone whose ass is pretty much completely out.
Okay.
I'm gonna come.
And let's just say the dress starts at the belly button.
Okay.
Imagine that.
Do not come.
And it's a bedroom, so there's no tummy.
Respectfully.
And then it's a low cut top. So it's basically nothing.
I'm gonna come.
Wow. You went for it. I gotta respect it. You went for it.
Dear.
I love that. I've been trying to play that music.
That was a
more
good.
and
That was
more.
a good. You found a good spot for it.
I'm trying to be better with the buttons. It's hard when you're talking. You're trying to.
I was thinking we got to get music. Oh, we'll talk about this later. But we got to get music for when we're reading the description of the beer of the week. But
Yeah, no, that's
Anyway.
on my part. I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking of trying to find maybe some like Western.
Yeah, something
Like,
something
like the
kind
intro,
of yeah.
yeah.
Nice laptop, Dan.
This is me to myself.
Do some fucking work, you bastard.
So go on. Any
That was it. Can you take the show for a bit? So you go.
Yeah, sure. All right. So that's it. Well, congratulations. We're glad you're okay. I'm gonna hit you with the oh god, I gotta find it quickly. If I don't find it, then the show is ruined. I was trying to hit you with the applause because I love you and we love you, and you know I'll even if it takes me forever, I will find this. Yeah, but if I anyway, that's for you. That's for Conor. We love him. We love him, folks. They'll hear most of it, you know. Well, folks, we were going to talk about Doctor Who, and we still will. But because Connor's on the toilet, I'm going to rearrange a little bit. I'm going to tell you a story about a pretty shit afternoon I had a few days ago, where I was driving home, and I freaking was driving, and Connor's going to chime in, but I'm going to say nay, because I was paying attention, damn it, to the road. I was looking forward, and this guy right in front of me just whoop, slams on the brakes, stops his car, and me, I'm driving, and I'm going, what? You know, what's this guy doing? So I slam the brakes, I swerve my car. No luck for me.
You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly. I hit the back of the guy's car. I ding it. My car gets dinged. The fuck am I supposed to do? I look forward. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. I get out and I see the guy. For some reason, the guy in front of me had like a onesie on. So he had to take it off and then put on his work uniform. I was like, what?
No.
So the guy gets out. And the thing is, it was such a low speed collision. Like, we did hit because we hit at an angle, it wasn't direct, so none of us were hurt. Like, we were all fine.
I'm not crazy.
We were okay, but it was so odd because we both got out and we were just kind of like, yeah, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's like, what are you supposed to do? We took photos of each other's licenses. The guy turned out to be 20. Okay. So he's younger than me.
Wearing a onesie at 20? Whilst driving?
You know...
I don't like that.
He's probably figuring himself out. Who knows? You know, maybe he's a...
Really?
He could be a furry.
Furry? Yeah, I was going to say. Wow.
I don't know.
Was he? Did you get into details?
I didn't think it was the time to ask.
So what do you do for a living? You're trying to figure out how much he's got in the account so you can be
well, here's what's odd. He changed out of his, assumably, onesie...
Into his underwear on the side of the road?
No. It was either like a onesie or
he
like...
He started changing on the side of the road.
No, he was in his car. I noticed him from the car. I was like, why is he not getting out? Because he stayed in his car for ages before he got out to come and like do the transaction.
So he changed his clothes.
And I was like, the fuck is this guy doing? I was not watching the guy getting changed.
You were looking at him on the side of the road.
I'm gonna come.
Let's just say there was some rear ending. There was some, you know, taking of clothes off.
Yeah.
No, anyway, so the guy takes his stuff off. He gets into his tradie clothes. So he must be some tradie or something.
Wow.
And apparently, and I feel bad for this guy, it was like a new car.
Oh, no.
That he had on lease. So he's, and, you know, tough shit is tough shit. If, you know, if you stop on the freeway, that's what's going to happen.
Unfortunately, that's life.
You know, so anyway, I'm technically liable, by the way, so I'm paying for this, so I can
This
shit
is
talk
the
if I
first
want
time for me.
So the guy gets out and he's like, oh, well, you know, it's a lease, so I guess the insurance will cover it, whatever. And what I will say was odd about the experience is that almost immediately, like 3 or 4 tow trucks showed up. And we both were like, what the fuck?
So there's people who sit on the side of the roads waiting for car crashes. So it's really bad. They fucking make a living out of that. And by the way, you should never go for them. I don't know if you noticed recently on our...
the guy who took me...
though, they say don't go for them.
So the guy who took me said that
you dickhead.
the way he got it was through Waze. So like they look at Waze and all that. No. The guy who got me is partnered with my insurance. So it was free of charge for me. He just goes around. My insurance, like, I guess they contract out different tow providers, and their guarantee is supposed to be if one of our clients breaks down, you need to be there quick enough to take them for free, you know? Okay. So the guy showed up, and there were 2 other guys, and I was glad because I had seen the signs where they say you don't have to say yes to the first tow. So, like...
That's right. That's what they say.
Whenever they were asking me, I was like, wait. But... this is going to be free, right? Like, I'm not going to pay for you to just show up and fucking tow my car.
You having a good time?
And he was like, no, you know, I'm with your insurance. It's fine. So the guy towed me, and he reckons the car's going to be written off, which is not good. to me, it looks like it could be repaired, but I just don't know if the repair cost will be more than the value of the car, at which point...
When your car's getting towed, you have to sit in the actual big truck with him.
I just had to sit with him, just kind of look over at the guy.
Stick with me, you might get some.
Wait, so you just literally just sat with him and were like, yeah, you know...
Well, that's how I asked about the waste thing. I was like...
have a car crash, you know?
I said to him, I was like, so do you just tow cars all day? Like, what's the... And he was like, yeah, you know, I look on Waze, and if there's a Waze crash, I go check it out, and...
Crazy.
You know, and I was like, okay, what do you think about, you think my car will get fixed? And he was like, oh, no, that's a write-off.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was like, no luck, buddy.
Doubt that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, wow, that's tough to hear, but...
That was had his AirPods in, so...
You dickhead. I was driving respectfully, and I was driving well. And the fact that I swerved shows that I obviously noticed he stopped.
Okay, but I again met up with Mitchie from the Mines on Saturday. Been a while. We spoke about the whole crashing with you, and I was like, I said to Mitch, I was like, you don't have to even think about it for a second, because I said to you when I saw you on Friday, I said you had your AirPods in, didn't you? And you were
dickhead.
Like, I did. And I was like, I knew that already. I didn't have to ask. I knew, and that. You can't honestly say I had nothing to do with it.
I was on the phone. You want me to use the phone like this?
By the police if you have your AirPods in. Especially your ones that have the sound cancelling thing, which is what you do, by the way.
They have sound cancelling and they have active transparency, which is what I use when I'm driving, especially when I'm on the phone.
Daniel, I can really only think of one way to answer
this. This guy's trying to shame me here. I was talking on the phone. I was looking
to anyone.
forward.
Ask anyone. They would not say it's a good idea to wear AirPods whilst driving. I swear. Especially like yours. Mine aren't now noise cancelling. Yours are.
Look, I may have rear-ended someone.
Exactly.
But in this instance,
I don't think it was your fault.
I was driving responsibly.
I don't think it was your fault in the car crash. You have fucking Bluetooth in your car for a reason. I don't know why you don't just use it. Like
my car doesn't have Bluetooth. I need to plug it in. I don't like plugging it in.
But maybe if you did, you wouldn't be fucking in this spot you are in now.
What do you mean?
I don't think.
I can take AirPods shaming, but I draw the line.
I have AirPods.
I draw the line when you accuse me of causing this car crash, because I
don't think you caused it. I just think that like you would have had a better response to it if you didn't have noise cancelling fucking headphones in your ears.
Better? What do you mean better response though? Like I swerved and broke. Like I did the things I'm supposed to.
Missed it.
What do you mean? I probably missed it. I did it as quick as I could.
Every time you picked me up, which by the way I really appreciate. I ain't trying to bust words about that. You're always like every time I'm like, oh hi Dan, how you going? And you can't hear me, and you're like, hey mate, you didn't even fucking hear me.
Okay.
You didn't hear me.
Most of the time, I only have one.
Me? No, it's because he can't fucking hear me. He's got his AirPods in.
This guy.
I swear.
Wow.
What?
Shaming my lifestyle choices.
I'm not shaming. I ain't shaming shit. I'm just saying I think maybe it would have been a bit better if you weren't wearing them.
For some people, having a little bit of music while they drive and being a little bit drunk helps them be a good driver. And I think that we should stand up.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
What on God's green earth are you trying to say?
I'm trying to take a stand for the disenfranchised out there, like me.
You were intoxicated as well?
No, I was. I was sober, and they did ask me. I was.
Did they breathalyze you though?
I think they might have if it was more of if someone had been hurt, but because no one was hurt, it wasn't like a criminal.
So are you on drugs or you've been drinking? Or?
So the insurance person said within 12 hours of the collision, had you been under the influence or used drugs or alcohol, that might impair your reaction time or whatever. Yeah. And I said, yes. I said no, but I did have my antidepressants this morning. And she was like, it was weird though, because she was like, I don't think that should affect it. And I was like, well, I can't be the only one of your clients.
They said it was only the first
week
who
takes medication. Like
this was the first week for you.
Well, that's the thing. So when I started, they said, well, no, they didn't even say it would. It was more just saying, give it a week for you to know if it does cause drowsiness, and if it does, you'll know. But if it doesn't, you're fine. You know. So I don't know. The whole insurance thing is.
I'm not
it was
crazy.
so annoying to deal with. I was talking to the chick, and the lady was really nice. She was very nice on the phone. She walked me through it very kindly. But goddamn, those freaking processes are annoying. You know, you sat on the phone. You have to describe the crash. And then you sound like an idiot going over it. And she's like, and did you do this? And it's like,
I doubt that.
Yeah.
Anyway, folks, I will update you soon because at this point, I don't know whether the car will be fixed or written off.
Will Dan's car be written off?
Anything could happen. If it gets written off, I might get a new one and then I could celebrate that. And if it gets repaired, then I'll just get my good old fashioned one.
I hope Dan is going to be okay.
I wasn't in the market for a new one.
No.
But if I have to get one, I have to get one. I can't not have a car. Like if they write it off, I have to get a car.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
I literally use my car for work. I can't, you know, so it is what it is.
Dan
but,
is going to be okay.
It's awful.
I hope so too, frankly.
I ain't trying to bust your balls, but you know.
Hey, I get it. You know, we gotta keep each other honest.
Yeah. You know, you got show to run, you know, gotta bust your balls here and there.
I get it.
You know, you bust my balls, so.
And as you deserve it.
Wow.
I'm joking. You're a sweet lad.
Wow,
Sometimes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, tell me about. Do you want to hit me with the soundbite to introduce the next topic?
What is it? I don't know what the topic is.
It's something that just came out this week.
Ah, sorry.
The flux is coming.
It's time to talk about Doctor Who, baby.
Oh yeah, Doctor, we need you.
Doctor, we need you.
The new episode has just come out.
Yep.
Halloween Apocalypse.
Correct, Mundo.
Now, we won't be going into this for too long, folks. So if you don't watch Doctor Who, don't worry. This will be brief.
Nice laptop, Dan.
It is the beginning of the new season, 6 parts.
Yep, so there's 5 parts left.
So, and what is it? It's all one serial? It's like one story?
Kinda, yeah, I mean, they kind of, it's weird.
It's kind of like, they're doing almost like a mini-series.
Yeah, mini-series, but like, it's all going to be connected, which is really cool.
Almost like Broadchurch.
Who knew that the writer, Chris Pratt?
Oh, it's the same writer.
Oh, did you not know that? What are you talking
Silly
about,
me.
Dan?
Doctor, we need you.
That's why John Bishop was so keen to come on for Doctor Who. Was about Chris Chibnall. Not sure.
Oh,
what he's
wow,
heard,
okay.
No,
I'm not sure what he's been watching.
Yeah, literally. I thought this was great. I really had such a fucking great time with it.
So yeah, this episode, the Halloween Apocalypse, I thought it was like an honest to God slapper. I thought it was a really good time.
It was great.
I thought it was like, I thought it was really fun. Honestly, even from the first scene, you know, where they're dangling, it was so fun and such a
That's
like
a bit of a spoiler.
dangling. What do you mean? Anyone could be dangling. I didn't say
You see
who.
the trailer and you can put 1 and 2 together.
Okay,
But
well,
that's all right.
they're not going to show stuff later in the show from the trailer. Like,
Maybe.
it's going to be for early on. Anyway, from the get-go, the episode felt fun. It felt action-packed. The Doctor even got like a little bit of a speech, which she rarely does in the show. And I was like, fuck yeah, more. I want more of this season, you know? I want this season to be kick-ass stories, just fun times.
Yeah.
They're juggling quite a few storylines, which I hope will be good. It could end up
More than a few.
not paying off very well, but I'm excited at the thought of it. I think it could be really cool. And yeah, I just think it looks great. I think it feels great. I just think it's so much fun.
It was so good. I only gave it a 7.5 on me and Aiden's show, the 25% Aiden.
Yeah.
As we call him. I only gave it 7.5, but that's because it set up a lot. But it was so fucking great. It's the most fun I've had.
Yeah, it was one of those. Obviously, when you have a setup episode, you can't do much of a plot for the episode just because you're setting up so many storylines.
There were so many things, but like, yeah, no, I thought
all the characters were really fun.
Do you like Dan?
So there is a new character this season played by John Bishop.
Nice laptop, Dan.
Called Dan. I think he's actually really nice. I mean, they made him quite a, very nice spirited person.
Yeah.
Because, he's like volunteering at the food bank and he is giving free museum tours and all this stuff, just because he loves Liverpool.
Yeah.
He's a big Liverpool fan,
Dan.
Oh, yeah, I think he's such a great character.
I think he's played really well.
Playing it perfectly.
I think
so good.
He works well for the story. I'm really curious to see where it goes. one thing I can't shake, and I meant to say this for your show to bring it up, but the thing that this episode makes me think of, and it's curious because you haven't seen it, but there's a season 3 animated episode called The Infinite Quest.
Oh, Dylan's always knocking on about that.
With Martha and David Tennant in the 3rd season. It's like long ago. Yeah. And it's fully animated. Doctor Who used to do these things where occasionally they would just animate episodes. And the thing with that episode is that it's not necessarily that it has a bad story or that it's a bad episode. But they go to so many locations and so many things happen. But because it's animated and because not much visually changes, it feels quite boring. It feels like it's trying to make the plot really interesting, but it can't really back it up visually or thematically. Whereas what I think was really great about this episode, the Halloween Apocalypse, is that it handled so many different storylines and locations, and it did it with the high budget live action cinematic quality that makes all those stories just feel so cool and so like impactful, you know? And I after watching it, I am more excited for this season than I have been in a couple of years. Honestly.
100%.
And I would say if you have fallen off the Doctor Who wagon, I think now is a great time to get back into it, honestly.
Yeah, and hop on the 50% Doctor Who podcast.
Yeah, while you're at it, listen to some people talk about it.
This twat who invited himself onto the show is going to be on the final, and I believe we're going to film it here. So,
oh, fantastic! I love it
because we film the episodes now anyway, so it makes sense to film it here. Well, I think we agreed to that
film it properly
on Friday. Wow, that's tough. Not free Zoom. Wow, thank you, Dan.
Memes.
Dan literally invited himself on the show, but, you know, it's okay.
Thank you, Dan.
We always have him on, but, you know, he's like, I'll come on for a season 13 episode. We're like, yeah, we're a bit busy.
Well, I'm a seasonal guest. I can't not be on every season.
That means, like, Dylan should come on then and Xavier and stuff. And it's just like, it just gets too complicated.
Look, I didn't say that Dylan and Xavier are seasonal guests. I am a seasonal guest.
I think, no. Okay. All right. You're the only one. You've been on one more season than Xavier, but he's been on since season 2.
I'm just saying. I'm a part of the show. Just saying.
It's funny though, because like, it's just exciting to have it back, and it's exciting to have you on it. But it's just been so fucking stressful. Like I felt stressed at work yesterday, knowing we were going to be filming, because I've been posting the socials so much, and like
it was funny because I was worried about having enough time to watch it. But honestly, I woke up early on Monday. I was like,
"Fuck you! Are
fucking
you serious?
Right into it."
Are you I
have Mondays off.
Motherfucker, you have Mondays off. You have trouble watching it.
I'm just saying, I know last season the season before last season, I got a little bit, I had trouble keeping up because I just didn't get around to it. And it was because I wasn't as excited. But I'm saying this one, I was just so keen to watch it. I was like right into it, no hesitation.
I had to get up at fucking 6 before work, and then I watched it again when I got home. And
that's dedication.
I took notes the second time around because I was like, you know, gotta get those notes for the show. And yeah,
has to be done.
It's been good. But yeah, anyway, watch it. It's really good. Excited as for episode 2. I think it's gonna be a great season.
Let's do this.
It just dead set, just feels and looks a lot better. So
I think it's gonna be a really interesting one. I think I'm keen to like talk about it like this, you know, weekly as it comes out. We'll have a short little segment, but obviously this is not the review show. If you want to review,
you can give your full fucking thoughts when we watch the final, and you can be on.
Does it have a name yet? The finale, like, is
only episode 1 and 2. Well, obviously one came out, but only 2's got the next one.
All right.
So I think we'll get episode 3's name this week. I assume that's not what they do. They don't release episodes 3 name and then the synopsis. So
well, maybe the reason that the BBC hasn't had time to come up with names is because they're a bit too busy coming at small creators with copyright claims. Because I don't know I'm unsure if you're aware, Conor, but
I know
our 4th episode of the For a Laugh podcast is currently, as we're filming, unavailable for public consumption.
Yeah, this really annoys me because it's supposed to be out on Sunday. It's Tuesday in a few hours. It bugs me because, like, you know what really pisses me off the most is that the BBC like are so awful at fucking advertising and marketing that they do have to rely on people like, you know, you and I and who
talking about
stuff
the show and
Twitter.
hyping it up.
we react to a clip on the podcast, and it's not the whole episode. It's a clip that they release publicly. Why can't we fucking react to it? It gets people to watch the show. It's ridiculous.
All right, to give the backstory, just so you guys know, basically what happened was we filmed a Halloween episode of the show, which was our 4th episode, and we were going to upload that on Sunday, which was Halloween.
Yep.
And I went to upload it, and it basically said you can't make it public because the BBC hasn't just copyright claimed it. Because sometimes they copyright claim, but what they do is they say you can have it publicly available, but we get all the revenue. This time they said it's just straight blocked.
Blocked worldwide, yeah.
So you can't even publish it.
That's a doozy.
You can't even make it public.
Yeah.
And this was because in the last episode, and you'll eventually see when the episode airs,
a clip that they released on the BBC fucking channel.
We watched a minute-long clip, which, by the way, we had visual overlay, and we commented on the clip.
Ridiculous.
We transformed it. It was fair use.
How did they
We
copyright
commented
it?
on the clip. You know, we're not rookies. We don't just play stuff, arbitrarily.
You know what I'm talking
about? It was a minute long, and they blocked it. Now, I think my theory of what happened is because they uploaded the clip to YouTube just straight as a clip from the episode, their copyright systems, I think, flagged that we played the clip and assumed that we were playing the full episode.
Well, I assume
instead of identifying that it was a publicly.
I get that, but YouTube needs to get their shit together. Like, what the hell's going on? They can't just keep flagging shit like this.
So the process, for anyone curious, is basically I disputed the claim, and I said I believe that I have a fair use case to use the footage in a way that is transformative, that is for the purpose of review, reaction, commentary, and I assume that once that goes through the process, they'll drop the claim and they'll just let it go public because it's a minute long clip.
This is how I win.
And there's no point in pursuing it. If it doesn't, that'll be an interesting thing to see what happens.
And we say bye-bye.
Maybe I'll just cut that clip out of the show. I don't know. I don't like to do that because I like to stand by the show that we've made.
It bugs me as well, though, because, is this going to upload as, a Wednesday episode now, or,
I don't know exactly when it's going to post. Again, for me, we could just clip it out, and it's just a minute long, but I don't want to compromise the show that we've made. You know what I mean? This big company, the BBC, can claim all this stuff just because they can, just because they have the power, and then it's on me to wait until we can post our fucking show that we're trying to build and trying to give an audience to.
Also, this is the thing I brought up with you, and this also happens if you release a video and you upload it and you put it on private. And you actually post it or schedule it. No, not private, scheduling it a certain time, but you don't post it. It sets its time in the timeline on your feed on YouTube. So this episode has been uploaded on Sunday.
Yes.
So it was stayed there on the timeline. And then if it goes up on
it won't necessarily. Well, and that's the thing.
It'll fucking stick there.
Because it's blocked. It won't necessarily show up in people's feeds. I don't know if the fact that it was copyright will hurt the amount of reach that it can get. Plus, now it's not Halloween anymore, so it's there's not going to be the reason for people to watch it in terms of the Halloween stuff.
Why the BBC firing at us? I literally have a fucking Doctor Who podcast. We're trying to support your show. We love your show. Why are they firing at us? Go after people who are illegally uploading your episodes to YouTube and other sites. Why are you hitting at us who's promoting your show? It blows my mind. It baffles me. I don't get it. I honestly don't. I don't get it.
And the thing is, I get that. For the purposes of trying to stop their show from being pirated, they've got to have the automatic system that just flags it, and I get that. But our show was an hour and a half. It was an hour and a half podcast. It was 1 minute of the full stream, and it's could someone not logically think, or could they not put in some sort of check from YouTube to say, actually, hold on, if it's only 1 single minute of an hour and a half, maybe the purpose of the content has nothing to do with pirating or infringing the copyright of this particular TV show. It is very frustrating, and we're dealing with it. Like I said, we'll keep you updated.
Have you heard Casey talk about how he said it's kind of, it gives you an idea of what YouTube are going for. Not that I agree with it, but there's something ridiculous thousands of videos get uploaded to YouTube every second. So obviously they're going to need something that automatically goes through it. But I don't understand how even it's not good enough that like even like big creators like H3H3 have to like with the podcast, they still get claims, which is ridiculous. Like even those big dogs, it's not even like the big dogs are getting away with it. Like they still get claimed by stuff. It's ridiculous. Like
you're pulling my plonker now, aren't you?
How the fuck are we as a small ass creator gonna get away with it when they're that big? Like they need to sort it out. And again, I understand they're on a website where literally thousand odd videos just got uploaded just then. All right, cool. Someone's gonna go through them. But when you get a claim like that, it's like, what is going on?
To me, I think it's and listen, I understand that YouTube doesn't want to get sued by the copyright holders, and I get that, but there needs to be a balance between the algorithm or the AI or whatever the fuck being so extremely over censorious that it blocks the entire video just because it detects a tiny amount. And that has happened to H3 as well. Like Ethan Klein has talked about having his podcasts totally blocked for a tiny amount of thing. And it sucks. And it's awful.
He's like 2.5 hour podcast, 15-second clip. Ridiculous. They need to sort it out.
You'll need an Apple Music subscription.
Oh, wow.
Wow, is that serious?
Siri's trying to get in on the podcast. She wants a hosting spot.
So you don't have Apple Music then?
Yeah, she was like, sorry.
Plus you shouldn't.
Yeah, I have Spotify. Sorry.
Yeah, you have to specifically say, like, can you play it on Spotify? But if you have Apple Music, you just like, can you just play this song?
That's the thing. I mean, I've been using Siri lately to listen to Spotify. She knows now, but I have to keep telling her, I'm like, open it on Spotify.
It's funny because, like, if you use Bluetooth in your car, like I do, you have to be like, if you're driving, you kind of like forgot a song, you go, hey Siri, play this song. You have to be so specific though. Like, if you're like, oh, play this song by this creator. It's you got to see. Oh my god!
What? Now your phone's playing music. Oh god!
Oh, it's Beat It, Michael Jackson.
Hey! Don't play that. We don't want another episode blocked.
You won't get blocked by
Damn
1
you.
second.
What? Just because he's dead? You think they don't come after you from the grave?
You won't get seriously one. I think
you're a young man.
You can get away with like 3 seconds.
Exactly who he'd go for.
No, because I heard this thing as well. Like, didn't you hear they have that new thing now? Like, even when like you're like even vlogging on the street or something, and someone like a restaurant's playing like some music in the background.
It's crazy. I've heard people like humming stuff that gets dinged, and it's like, what?
Yeah, you won't get dinged by that. Trust me.
No, I know I won't. But I just it's because I stopped you from.
It was funny. Yeah, it was funny.
That's great, Dan. It's a great statement.
I want to do the show we want to do, and I will always fight these things. And by the way, we're not new to this. Like, we've had issues where the show has been claimed, and we've always fought it. And pretty much 9 times out of 10, we've won the dispute. I think there was like one time where they pushed it, and I had to clip it out of an episode. But we've always fought it, and we've always won because we know. And
we fought the law and the law won.
Well, I try to be, and I know you try to be responsible broadcasters. We're not fucking idiots over here. Like, we know what we're supposed to be abiding by, but whatever. We keep bringing the show to you, and that's why we love the support, folks. As small as it is now, I know it'll grow, and the more we do this, the more
small.
we'll.
Is it small?
Oh, it's we love our supporters, obviously, but. We're not talking thousands at this stage.
We're growing,
It's more like tens or hundreds at this point, but it'll grow. It'll grow. It'll get bigger.
I love it. I love it.
All right, Conor, what do you got to tell us about now?
Well, I got a funny clip to show you, Dan.
Oh, do you? You don't want to talk about a movie or anything, or?
Oh shit. Okay.
It's up to you. What do you want to go to
for
first?
For context, I can't see the. I can't.
Yeah,
I
know.
I sent Dan the files and stuff I want to talk about, but
of course
I can't actually see it. But yeah, let's talk about Halloween, baby.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It was Halloween. Let's go.
You want to talk about Halloween Kills? David Gordon Green. Yeah, that's the name of the director.
Yes, he's doing the whole trilogy, that new trilogy.
Oh God, is there going to be a trilogy of those things?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
So it's Halloween Ends, I think it's called.
Oh God, that is not.
Yeah. So man, apparently Halloween.
That is not comforting.
72 hours in that fucking city. it made me laugh because like the first movie starts and it starts directly.
Oh,
when
what?
it
Because it's
finishes.
so. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
So I believe.
So
the
what? It's
whole
supposed to be
trilogy-
over one
Oh man, I don't
night
know
of
how.
Halloween?
I don't know how. I don't know how.
Oh,
I really
dear.
don't, because like honestly, like the movie like feels like it goes over several hours and it's still dark. Like,
So this is the one you watched with Mitch, right? Mitchy from the Mines. What did he think?
correct. He didn't like as much as I did. I just thought it was fucking hilarious. Like it was such a fun movie.
shit. Here we go again.
No, not really actually.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Look, believe me, it's so far from good. Like it's not it's not meant to be like a movie you go and see and go, fuck man, it's like a classic horror film. But
Okay, right.
it was so fun. It was so
Okay,
fun.
well,
Bro, it was
okay,
such a-
that's good
it
to
was
hear.
such a fun slasher. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Oh wow,
It
that's
was
that's not
crap.
that's not the response I was expecting.
I mean, neither was I. It was shit. But man, you're laughing through it. It's funny. Like it's just like it's just like it's not meant to be taken seriously. I swear. I'm sure it is, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, it's
Like I honestly don't think it's meant to be taken seriously.
They get away
because
with
of
the
how shit it
goof.
was. But like, it
wow.
was
Okay,
like,
that's really interesting.
it's getting ripped apart by reviewers. But I just thought it was so fun. Like, you know, I'm in a cinema. I'm like,
Because
I've had a
Jamie
few
Lee
drinks,
Curtis
you know.
reprises the role, right?
Yeah, she knows funny. Like, I don't know if she was in like another role or something, but like, she's not in it much. From it was due to like injuries she like had gotten in the previous movie.
Ah, I
Because they
see.
had this massive fight in the last one. Like, I
Oh,
kind of want
really?
to watch them all because like you have to kind of know the movies to kind of get the storyline.
I didn't even know. I didn't know there were that many. So how many have there been so far? Like,
I don't know how many, but there's been quite a few.
jeez, this fucking. I've watched the original Halloween, the very first one. That's the only Halloween I've watched.
Never seen it.
I like it. I think it's good. It's
John
such an
Carpenter.
old movie. It's like 1973 or something. It's a
Carpenter, isn't
really
it?
old
Yeah.
movie. And for a 70s movie, I was really impressed. I think it holds up, and I think it's still a good movie. But it sounds to me like the ones since then they've just taken things a little too far. And hey, like you, I'm not against things being too far if it's fun, you know. But I ain't gonna call it good.
Because like we definitely Dylan fucking shat on us for not liking Malignant, and I had so much more fun with Halloween.
Yeah.
When it was like he was like, you don't get it, and that's fair enough. But like you know what? Maybe I don't. I just didn't like it. But the film like Halloween Kills was obviously not trying to be like anything that big. I just thought it was fucking hilarious
to
and
me
fun.
with and I don't want to make this about Malignant, but I feel like Malignant almost made me think it was going to be good.
Yeah.
And then it did a bait and switch. And that is kind of what pissed me off, because maybe that's what they were going for the whole time, but it was almost like, why try to be good and then be shit? Whereas if you're going to do something like Halloween Kills, which, disclosure, I haven't seen, but, from the get-go, if you just balls to the wall, we're being silly. This movie is just silly.
I really think it knew what it was.
I like that, and I respect that.
It was dumb. It was a slasher. There's gory kills that make you laugh in the cinema. Like,
Well,
it
that's
was
what
just,
you're there for, isn't it? I mean,
honestly, I had a very good time with it. I just thought it was fun. It was really fun. It was like I felt like I was
what's
watching.
the Michael Myers?
Yeah, Mike Myers. Yeah.
Mike Myers
who
is Austin
played-
Powers.
Yeah,
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers. And I was going to
is
say,
Halloween
who
Kills.
plays Shrek? Because he's Mike.
That's
Myers,
Mike Myers.
Yeah,
Michael
Michael
Myers
Myers,
is the
yeah.
murderer.
Surely you wouldn't pick your name as that as like a Hollywood actor, like.
Well,
Then they
yeah,
pick
that's
names,
what's funny.
Then they
is-
pick names like that's not really their real name. It can be a play on their real name, but
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, Hollywood is weird where most
you
big
pick the
actors,
murderer-
it's not their
murderer
real
from
name.
Halloween. Yeah, sometimes they don't.
Well, he was on SNL, so maybe it was a bit, you know.
You reckon?
I don't know. He could have just thought it was a funny name. Like,
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I loved it. It
Yeah.
was like watching Doctor Who. It's a shame because like
how was the directing? Like,
you know what? Not actually that bad. I think obviously it's like it was almost like we watched what was that Conjuring this year we watched. It was like obviously trying to be a
The
knockoff
Conjuring
of,
3?
like,
Oh,
James
dude, that-
Wan, and it was similar to like it was obviously a knockoff like Carpenter, but I liked it. It was good. I really is. They're gonna try and obviously be respectful
so
to the film.
how
but
many more are there gonna
There's
be?
meant to be
then?
one more, so it's a trilogy.
Oh, so the one that came out
It's
last
set-
year or
it's
whatever,
set-
that was the
yeah.
first of the trilogy.
It's set
Okay.
directly after it finished.
So they're doing like a Dune right now. They're like
so I don't know if it's
get you
I
in
don't know
for
if it's
one
a bit
more.
of a
You
spoiler.
know?
Like maybe I shouldn't say this, but like
Go
they
ahead.
definitely play with like the first movie in like a really cool way, and I love how the director,
As in the very first movie, like the
and
original.
they must have shot it on film. Either that or I'm tripping. Like honestly, they must.
Hey,
have shot
I
it on
respect
film.
that.
But they did a play on like the first movie, or if maybe it's not the first movie. I don't know. I haven't seen them, but like,
Well,
you know,
I
it
know
was
for
definitely a
sure.
play
I know
on
for
it.
sure the first one's shot on film.
It
Because
was all
that's
grainy.
that's
but
all I
don't-
could
know you can
remember.
add grain to
Yeah,
obviously
well,
footage.
all I could remember when I watched the first Halloween, the original one, was like, this is from 1973. This looks amazing. Like it
I need to
visually,
watch
it
it.
holds up really well.
They could have just added grain though. You know what always makes me laugh when Robert Eggers went to direct The Witch, and he said, "I want to shoot in film." And they said, "Can't you just in post add grain?" And he was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Can't you just turn the grain up in iMovie?
That's like it's like adding a crackling sound to your song, pretend it's playing on vinyl.
Yeah, yeah,
But no,
exactly.
I thought it was great.
Get the pops and get the
pops
the
and
dirt,
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I thought it was, honestly, it's so bad, but I loved it. It almost reminded me of Doctor Who. I thought Doctor Who was a lot better than. I'm not saying Doctor Who was bad, but it reminded me of Doctor Who. Where I'm like, you know what, writing wise, like this is not like fucking Shakespeare, but it was just fucking fun. I'm entertained. I'm sat here. I'm smiling like a child. It's
Yeah,
great.
okay,
You know?
I like that.
It's nothing you're gonna go home and be like, man, we got to study this script. But it's just
I
fucking
think
fun.
Why
not?
I haven't watched the first Halloween in a while, but from memory, it is good. But it's similar to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where it's more intriguing, and you're kind of like, what's going on? And then there's the big reveal. I mean, I guess 70s movies are like that, but I feel like at this stage, the draw of a character like Michael Myers is different. Do you know what I mean? Back in those days, it was you went to the cinema to find out what the hype was. Whereas now, we all know what the gimmick is. Do you know what I mean? We all know that Michael Myers is a guy who
The slasher,
kills
yeah.
people. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, we don't want to go to find out who Michael Myers is because we know. We just want to go to see him slash. We just want to go to see him murder some people. That's all we want to see.
It was fun. It was just, you know what? It was just fun. That's all I got to say about it.
I'm glad to hear that. I am glad to hear that.
I didn't go with expectations like I will be of like Last Duel or June or like Many Saints.
Right.
Like, it's so fun to go to a movie sometimes and just be like, I think that's why I didn't
think
enjoy
that's the
Malevolent
best-
so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I went with expectations. Like,
The better way to go in is with lower
sorry, Joe,
expectations.
I know you don't like that we didn't like it. I'm sorry. I really wanted to.
But maybe that is why we didn't
I'm
like it,
delighted to
'cause
hear that.
I think we were expecting too much from James Gunn, you know.
I won.
And
the one gun.
Did
the
I
one
say
gun.
James Gunn?
It's hard. I know.
fuck.
Sometimes I say it.
James
The one gun.
won. What's the Who's the one who directed?
Who's the one who directed Gun? Yeah, the one gun.
Okay, yeah, the one and only, the one and only.
The one.
That's-
Yeah,
the
one
gun and only.
Yeah, the gun and only. Yeah.
Oh dear. No, that's great to hear. I am happy to hear that.
So much fun.
And I will say, I saw an interview with John Carpenter, and they asked him about the Halloween sequels.
It's great. I love it.
Well, he was like, he basically said, you know, I don't know much about. I'll try and find it.
Joe McBride still fucking writes. You know, he wrote the first script with someone, Danny McBride. That blows my mind. That he co-wrote this script for Halloween Kills.
Danny McBride wrote that.
Yeah, McBride. Yeah, he co-wrote the first one and he co-writes this one.
You're telling me a McBride wrote this?
Yeah, literally Danny McBride.
I'll see. I might not be able to find this video, folks, but
We love John Carpenter. He still produces and stuff. It's like, it's always like, you know, James Cameron producing like all the Terminator movies.
yeah,
Who cares?
you know,
Like, means-
I get
it
it.
means nothing.
Of course, it's
That
not
score's
iconic.
iconic,
Of
though.
course, when you need the clip, it
The
never
score is
comes.
iconic.
But
Dun, 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 dun,
he basically said something along the lines of, every time they make a Halloween movie,
I get paid.
I get paid. And you know what? I gotta respect that. He literally, he was like, they asked him, some interviewer was like, what do you think about what they're doing with your, I won't find it, so you don't need that. They were like, what do you think about what they're doing with your Halloween franchise? And he
I
was
don't
like,
care.
he literally was like, I don't care.
This is how
But every
I
time
would.
they make one, I get a paycheck, so
This is how I
c'est la
would.
vie, you know?
Yeah, so they're doing a full trilogy, which is interesting. Like, You know what? Apparently the next movie is supposed to be coming out next year, which I kind of doubt, but I sent it to Mitchell. I was like, let's go. It was fucking fun. Like, it was just hilarious. It was hilarious how dumb it was. It was a fun, dumb Halloween film that was pretty well made. The acting was fine. And what else do you need? Like, you don't have to think every time you go to the cinema. Like, you know, it's like, why not? You really are looking for it still, so I need to hit you with the... Because now, I start running out of stuff to say, because I'm like...
No, I'm going to give up. I'm going to give up.
Wow.
It's not going to be found. Should have prepared that clip for us.
Right, do you want to finish on that clip I sent you?
Okay, sure. What's the... do you want to tell me what it's about while I get it up?
Well...
While I get it up?
Wow. Oh my god. I did not know this, Dan.
Hello. I'm going to get it up for you, Conor. Is that okay?
Wow. That got intense. It's just something I saw on Twitter, which I thought was funny. I got the soundbite here as well. So,
let's see if I can get
we've
it.
been on a few roller coasters, Dan. Quite recently, actually, at the Perth Royal Show. And you know, your bodily functions kind of scare me on like especially mine. Like they scare me on like roller coasters and stuff. You always feel like you might be sick.
Of course.
There's only two ends it can come out.
Nothing worse than yakking on a roller coaster or something.
Have you ever been sick on a roller coaster? Or?
I never have, but I've been on a roller coaster where someone was sick.
No.
Yeah, that was terrible. I was not in the same row, so it was at Adventure World. You know the one they have that's like really quick, and it was
the Abyss.
Yes, it was when we were. I don't actually remember where. At what point we were on the roller coaster, but I was at the front, so it was behind me. So thankfully, I was not in the line of yak. But yeah, I heard someone just, and then I heard all the other people around them go, wow. And then when we pulled in, they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's so gross," you know.
Jesus. Well, that kind of like sets up this clip because a kind of similar thing happens, except it's the other way around.
Oh god!
I saw this on Twitter. I thought this is hilarious. I got to show this on the pod. It's just like we've been there. You know, you're at this point where like you're about to, you're on the top of the coaster. You're about to hit the point where you're about to go down, and there's no getting off. There's no saying to the the guy, "All right, I want to go off now." There's only one way down, and it's going, down the ride.
So is this what we're watching? All right, let's.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's all good. So listen to this bad boy.
Okay. What? So what did he do?
Okay, so
it was too loud. Let me try turn it down a little bit.
So you got you can't hear it because of the bass on the.
Wow, good thing you isolated it.
Yeah, you can hear it. So he definitely lets rip. And people, you said someone just vomited. You can hear the people yelling like someone just let rip.
Yeah.
If you listen to the, if you can listen to the.
Oh no.
You can hear on the audio. You can hear you have to show on the screen.
Let's listen.
You can hear them say. So they hear it. Wow. And then like they go down. That sounded like he followed through.
That sound, yeah.
And it keeps going, by the way, but I cut it there because the
clip
of the guy saying someone just let one rip cut into the last bit.
Wow. That sounds like whoever's behind him's gonna be dealing with
I reckon it's the guy filming. It has to be. Because you hear him screaming going, and it sounds like the audio is coming from his area. So you think he
filmed himself?
I think he
copping the two, or
no? I don't think he like.
Do you think he didn't think to like cut it out?
I don't know. Like
I feel like if that was me, I would just crop a few seconds off the first part of the video.
He just had like gas whilst he was like fucking.
Hey, I get it. The elevator, the roller coaster moves you around a bit.
The shit yourself kind of like meme.
The shit yourself shot.
That's a fat. That's like a fat rip.
That has got an interesting sound to it.
Has he followed through? Is my question, because like he's at the top of this
hold
fucking
on.
coaster.
We got to get into the. We need some detective music. We got to get into this. What's the?
Oh, I got
Okay.
the old like.
All right, let me.
I don't know.
To
It's
me, that
impressive.
sounds like. It sounds like mostly air.
Are you sure?
Hold on.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
It needs to be isolated. I mean, it sounds like
It
mostly.
does, but remember, it does continue on. But I cut that bit out of the soundbite.
But see, then again, it could be. You know, it could. Whatever it is, it's not solid. Let me just put it that way.
all right, so you think so?
It's either a wet one
You think so?
or it's gas, but
I think it's pretty.
the way it sounds, it's a hard one to.
He's at the top of the coaster though.
decipher.
It's like either like he's a trickster who fucking wants to drop his fucking guts to the top of the coaster to get a good video. Which is, by the way, it was on TikTok, which got posted again to Twitter. So I'm assuming
But
maybe he was a bit of a
no,
trickster.
I don't. I
that
don't
can't be
think,
edit. That can't be fake either, can it? It's in the background of the.
I don't think that you could. I don't think you would anticipate the sound coming through.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I
Okay.
think it has to be accidental because
Especially
you wouldn't
it's probably shot on a
assume
GoPro as well.
exactly. So I don't
yeah.
think he would have assumed. I think he would have thought it would come out silent.
And maybe no one can hear you, but then that guy says,
And maybe
Wow,
it was
okay.
maybe it was like, you know what? He should have waited an extra 5 seconds.
but
Because
maybe
if he had done it
it's-
while they were on the down, no one would have noticed.
But maybe he like got, you know how some people drop gas when they fucking are scared? Maybe he just like,
like a bit of a
is that a
stink
thing
bug
though? Like,
situation.
is that a
Yeah,
thing though? I heard people sometimes like,
I mean, I guess so. I guess it's probably also the pressure of the
yeah, I think
roller
maybe
coaster
he
thing.
just like happened to just need to drop his fucking guts and he did.
So, but that's what we're saying. It's not intent. He didn't plan. This isn't a pre-planned attack.
It's
so
so
to
hard to
speak.
tell, especially with TikTok these days, because people just want to go viral. So it's really hard to tell if it's real or not.
It sounds real in terms of it sounds like he definitely took it. I mean that doesn't sound added in post. I mean it's
and it does continue.
It's
again,
too
it
messy
follows
to
through.
be added in post. So that's definitely a clean toot. And I'm glad we have that as well because that's
Yeah.
such a funny soundbite.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But I don't know. My guess. Here's what I'll say. My guess is that it's air. My hope is that it was wet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because like, you imagine being on that coaster though. You're with these people who you've never met before. Maybe next to like a significant other. or something,
Can
or a
you see
friend,
if he's
but-
in shorts or is he
jorts? Maybe.
shorts?
No.
Oh yeah, he is. He's got to be. He's got to be because you can see the legs. So he's got to have shorts on. So that's definitely.
But we're assuming it is the guy who's filming. It could be the bloke next to him.
Who farted? Oh, that's right.
I don't know
it
because
could
it sounds.
be someone else.
It sounds too close to the mic.
I feel like it would
It's
have
gotta
to be
be.
either the guy filming or the guy next to him.
But
it doesn't look like there is anyone.
That's too clean to be put up next to you.
Yeah, that's got to be the guy holding
Unless
it.
we're
I
talking
think.
about a ginormous fucking rip, which I doubt. Like, it's got to be him.
So, and then they go down. So, I mean, but that's what's weird. If they were going down, would it come out the shorts and then fly up backwards?
Well, if you're sat on it and you've pooed yourself, surely you just like almost like sandwich it.
Yeah, it would kind of because you would be going.
think it'll
You
be
would
that big
you
that
would
it
be
would fly
going
at
down, and it
shorts?
would kind of gravity.
Maybe.
It would be almost I don't know.
Who knows?
I-
Who knows? I reckon it happens quite a lot.
Honestly,
Poo
I got to
yourself.
say though, I'm pretty surprised at the boldness of those sandals too. I mean, that
The
is.
sandals is insane.
You look at this. I'll just get
The
this
man
up.
is literally rock. You can't wear sandals on
Okay.
a fucking roller coaster, surely.
If you look at this, that's open. Dude. There's not even a thing between his
Come
toes.
This is not fake, surely, because you can't wear
This
sandals.
guy is
on a-
getting crazier and crazier the more that we.
But listen to him. Listen. Can you follow through with the
right.
fart and listen to the? So it's hard for you to hear because of the bass
So,
is really loud.
yeah,
but
yeah,
He does follow through. Like
Yeah.
he does actually follow through. Like I can play it on my phone because it's connected to the thing. But like It's
as in the fart continues. You're saying?
Yeah. So I can play. I can play here.
Interesting. Interesting. Let me listen to. I'm gonna get the.
See.
Oh.
So it does follow through. So like I'm just saying.
That's interesting. Okay, so that changes the dynamic.
It should have connected through the roadcaster. So you can now hear it through the roadcaster.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so he can. So he follows through.
Oh. Yeah, that definitely.
Listen to the man screaming.
Because look, it starts. It goes.
That man screams. Yeah. He's got to be the guy filming.
Yeah, it's got like a. Wow.
There you go. I can hit my phone up as well.
Okay, that changes the dynamic. Well, here's what I think. The first one I think was a fart.
Yep. And
I think the follow through is where you get the juice.
That's what I'm trying to say. The follow through kind of scares me because it's always like the little bit at the end that.
No, that one I don't think he was expecting. I don't think he was expecting it to go that far.
It's a little bit at the end that always kind of like fucks you over a little bit.
Yeah, that's never what you want.
No.
When you, especially going down a roller coaster, that's wow. The boldness to post that. I mean, it's
just his feet. So unless you know his tattoos and stuff, but by the way, I love how we.
No, I just mean.
I love how we spent the last like 2 episodes talking about like fucking toilet humor, which makes me laugh. I mean, I bought it in.
Sometimes you gotta revert back to the basics, you know.
Yeah, it's great.
Wow, and that is I mean that would be one hell of a ride. That's all I'll say.
And it was so loud that people could hear it, which again leads me to believe it might be fake. Because like, there's no way. Well, maybe you would. It's just hard to tell. Like,
yeah, the only thing that is curious to me is the fact that it's on. It's on video. That's the only thing that makes it curious because it sounds real and it sounds like it would happen. And it definitely sounds like an accidental follow through. But
there's some other guy like, oh, someone dropped their guts. Like he's instantly like on it. Like, come on, like maybe we're not.
I don't know. I think it's real. That's my guess. I think it's too, because I feel like if it was fake, I feel like something more would happen.
You know what I'm talking about?
You know what I mean? I think this has the perfect amount of like, just a small amount of weird shit happens, as opposed to like everything going wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like normally if it's fake, you can tell because it's too perfect. Whereas this one is just odd in the perfect way.
Do some fucking work, you bastard.
Me trying to make you track the code of the who shit himself.
It's a great mystery. It's one of the great mysteries of our time.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, I know, folks. Honestly, we'll do this as this week's poll. Did the guy shit himself?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, let us know. Or tweet us or DM us. That's at 4LaughPod.
I think it's a very it's something we need to get to the bottom of.
I believe it. I think he shit himself. It's a bit mysterious, but I think he shit himself.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with the shit himself. I mean, it's at this point it would be, you know, at this point it's the most logical explanation.
I'm delighted to hear that.
Awesome.
Nice laptop, Dan.
All right. Is that it? We're wrapping up.
That's it.
Nice laptop, Dan.
Done for the week, folks. It's been a pleasure.
Weekends anymore, Dan. It's a shame.
Anymore? Well, it'll be coming. Oh, whoops.
Why not?
It'll be coming soon. Don't worry. Don't you worry. A little heart out. The weekend. What did you call it? The weekend madness.
Weekend madness. Yeah.
Hey, we got lots to look forward to. And I say, folks, it's all uphill from here.
I'm gonna come.
Cool.
All right. We love you, folks.
Yeah. Cheers. God bless.
It's been great. We'll see you next time.
Cool.
Cheers, homie.
Cut it.